as Hinkleman was able to get that inside, and Russ was just fought it off. So the count is no balls, one strike now to John Russ, who's catching this evening for the Diamond Dogs. Breaking ball, that one lifted foul over the first base dugout. So the count will go to no balls and 2 strikes to John Russ. Russ was 1 for 2 last night. So you got an intentional walk and a base on balls, a strikeout, and a base hit. That one low for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Russ. He got on base 3 times last night, but ended up at third base twice and at first base once, where he was left stranded. So here's Hinkleman's pitch, trying to get out of this inning here, as 4 runs have already come across for the Cheney Diamond Dogs. Once again, they're averaging pretty close to 13 runs per game, and only allowing about 4 runs a game. So there's a reason why they're 21-0 in the league. Very powerful team. 2-2 now the count. And here's Hinkleman's pitch. That one hit to the first baseman. It's off his glove. Not going to be able to get to it, so that's going to be a base hit as he leaped up into the air, but it just popped out of his glove. So Russ will be on with a base hit, and Vernus will move to third base on the play, and that will bring up the 9th batter, which is second baseman number 4, Chase Van Steenbug, I believe. Here's the pitch by Hinkleman. That first one into the dirt area. A little bit low for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes now to Van Steenbug, as 4 runs have come across here in the top half of the first inning. Hinkleman working hard. That one missing high for ball 2. 2-0 now the count. And just in this first inning, Hinkleman has already thrown 31 pitches. Definitely not the start that he was looking for or the Rebels were looking for. And here's ball hit right back to the pitcher. Hinkleman will go to first for out number 3. So a 1-3 put out for the third out, but not before the Diamond Dogs score 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. At the end of 1/2 inning play, it's the Cheney Diamond Dogs 4 and the Newton Rebels coming to bat. And we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. Well, we hope we didn't lose you there. This is Frank Martinez, joined along now by General Manager Mark Cavala, as we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Well, Mark, the Cheney Diamond Dogs send 9 guys up to the plates. They scored 4 runs off of 3 hits, 1 error, and left 2 on base. Definitely not the start that the Rebels needed, especially against a good team like this.
Well, talking to the guys yesterday, especially after that close game, they still were pretty confident we can compete against these guys. We'll have to see what happens in the next couple innings here, but, yeah, not a good start, Frank.
So the first batter that's coming up to the plate will be Jack Sigris. Sigris is a 5'11", 183-pounder. Comes in batting .321 here in the ball game, for the season, that is. And he'll be facing Hunter O'Toole. Pitcher, that ball hit hard into deep left field. That one is gone. A home run by number 2, Jack Sigris. So the score now is 4-1 in favor of the Cheney Diamond Dogs. One pitch and a home run there by Jack Sigris, as that was into deep left field over the fence. The left fielder just looked back and saw the ball go over the fence. So the score is 4-1.
It's funny, I was just on the Jack and before the game here outside the dugout, and he was talking about his approach, looking outside but reacting in. He definitely reacted in on that inside pitch.
That is the second home run by Jack Sigris this season. And that will bring up Nolan Riley.
There he is.
So Nolan Riley now coming up. He is a 6'2", 195-pounder. Comes in batting .323 for the season, as he's appeared in 10 ball games. Pitched by O'Toole, missing for ball 2.
Yeah, Frank, I think
2-0 now the count.
I'm going to take a break and hand it off to Bad Chad here, okay?
Okay. So the count is 2 balls and no strikes. That one missing inside for ball 3. So 3-0 now the count to Nolan Riley, who is the second batter here in the bottom half of the first inning. And here O'Toole's pitch. That one called strike 1 right on the inside corner. Riley kind of thought a little bit different. Once again, Riley batting .323, as he's appeared, had been up to plate 31 times and has 10 hits. That one low for ball 4, so Riley will now go to first base on a walk. And that will bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews. So Andrews comes up here in the bottom half of the first inning, as the score is 4-1 in favor of Cheney. Andrews is a 6'4", 215-pounder. Swing and a miss there by Andrews. Comes in batting .333 for the season. He's appeared in 23 ball games. Has been up to the plate 96 times, has 32 hits. That one low for ball 1. So that will even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Riley on at first base as he reached on a base on balls. But the first batter for the Rebels hit the ball over the fence in left field. That one fouled off to the third base side, going to be out of play. So that will take the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes. So 1-2 the count. And Hunter O'Toole ready to go. That one hit in between the first baseman and the second baseman. The second baseman made an effort as he moved to his left. That's Vingelshay, correction, Vanstenberg, and was not able to get to it. So Lincoln Andrews is in with a base hit. Moving over to second base is Riley, and that will bring up the designated hitter, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry. Will now be coming up. And Bonventry is a 6', 210-pounder. Comes in batting .324 for the Newton Rebels. He's appeared in 23 ball games. Been up to the plate 68 times, has 22 hits. Runners on at first and second with no out. There's a hard hit ball there by Bonventry down the left field line, but that's going to be foul. Bonventry really turned on that nicely. And my compadre, Chad Fry, is now here, our play-by-play announcer. So he'll be joining us, and we'll have to get a mask on since we're not more than 6 feet away. Social distancing.
Yes, we're under county health orders to wear masks when we're not able to socially distance in those Orders extend outside, inside, pretty much everywhere. One of the few exemptions that you'll find in that county health order is for athletes engaged in competition like baseball. And yeah, they actually suggested that umpires behind the plate be masked up, much like they are in some of the preseason major league games. We are going to have to track who umpires are because of the definitions of close contact. Should a player, specifically a catcher, test positive, then umpires would need to be notified of their interactions with those players. 0-2 count to Bonventre. Rebels down 4-1 here in the early going. Runners at first and second. Off the plate, that'll be ball one. And due up after Bonventre will be Lachlan Ross, who's playing second today. Ball two the call, and the count is now even for Bonventre.
Correction, now they're saying 3-2.
So full count. Here's the payoff pitch. Held up. That'll be a walk. That pitch was too high and too tight.
Now batting for three, Lachlan Ross.
So Lachlan Ross coming to the plate with the bases loaded, none away. Rebs down by 3 here in the early going. Your score is 4-1. And in case you're curious, there's only 2 teams this season that have come within a run of the Diamond Dawgs, and Newton is one of them after their showing last night. Strike one called on Lachlan Ross.
Not sure if you watched last night, Chad, but that was very heartbreaking for the Rebels.
We're very familiar with heartbreak, especially when playing against the Diamond Dawgs.
Diamond Dogs are a very tough team. There's a reason why they ended up second in the NBC World Series last year.
0-2 the count now. Pitch will come inside, too far inside, and we'll go to 1-2. Yeah. The biggest heartbreak I ever witnessed on a baseball diamond came at the hands of the Diamond Dawgs about 4 years ago on this diamond. We'll tell that story after a bit. Ross now working a 1-2 count after he fouls the ball away. Swing and a miss, and that'll be a strikeout. First out of the inning. Hunter O'Toole will get his first strikeout of the ball game. Andrew Brotman now coming to the plate. Playing over in right field today. Breaking ball will just miss the outside corner. And Brotman will move the count to 1-0. Again, the runners, bases are loaded. 2-0 with your count. And there's one away. Rebs dug themselves an early hole by giving up a 4 spot in the top half of this inning.
In yesterday's ball game, Brotman was 1 for 4 as he did score 3 runs and he hit a double.
Ground ball towards short, double play possibility, and they will turn it 6-4-3. Rebels get one, and that coming off of the home run by Jack Sechrist. And we'll head to the top of the second with the Rebs down 4-1. Want to take a moment to thank our game sponsor of Peyton Paw, Attorneys at Law. Today. Also want to thank Bob Burke over at Buy Local and Ray Roofing, Newton Rec Commission. And I don't see him on my list, but They mailed me a check that I forgot to bring today. Going to thank the Caring Hands Humane Society for support of Newton Rebels baseball. Chandler Hinkleman on the mound for the Rebels. Saw him in relief not too long ago.
That's exactly what I was just getting ready to say, Chad. He's normally a reliever. This is his first start of the season.
So they batted around in the first.
Yes, they did.
And Corrigan Bartlett, Andrew Stewart, and George Sprecht due up for the Diamond Dogs here in the second. His last appearance was a single. He later scored. Hinkleman takes a deep breath and he'll go to work. This pitch will be high, hangs up with a breaking ball.
This Bartlett is another Division I player, as he's from Wichita State University, Chad, and his hometown is Mays, Kansas.
Foul ball from Bartlett. So he would be a teammate to Jack Seacrest during the college baseball season. Pitch is low and away, and the count will go to 2-1. And talking about college seasons, boy, I tell you, we're entering a messy territory now. 3-1 after that pitch will miss away. The NJCAA, that would be the Junior College Association, announcing over the weekend that they're moving all of their fall sports to spring. Bouncing ball foul will put it at full count. And I received surveys today concerning Division I sports and whether we are going to be moving those to spring or not. We'll see what happens. Bartlett will draw the walk, and that'll bring up Andrew Stewart.
And that was Hinkleman's fourth walk here in the ball game given up.
Not something you can do against the Diamond Dogs. You simply cannot walk guys. They hit the baseball well enough that you got to make them earn every runner. Andrew Stewart. Looks like what, he walked in his first appearance?
Yes, exactly right. Then he was forced out at second base on a fielder's choice.
So he'll take ball one, and then he'll take ball two. And Hinkleman struggling to find himself the strike zone right now.
Andrew Stewart came in last night's ball game in the seventh inning. He got a double and a single, so he did a lot of damage as he recorded 2 RBIs in last night's ball game as the Cheney Diamond Dogs came back to win that game 8-7.
Throw over to first, not in time. Chases Bartlett back. Bartlett was going on contact. That ball fouled towards Pat Hahn down there at third. And 2-1 your count now. Pops him up foul, out of play, into the parking lot. Count 2-2. Ground ball down towards third. The throw to second will get the lead runner. Throw to first, not in time. Bartlett will be out at second. And Stewart reaches on the fielder's choice.
Nice job there by Riley at third base, and Ross almost turned that. A couple games ago, about 2-3 games ago, the Rebels turned 4 double plays in that ball game. So there's one here. Or attempt for one, I should say.
Yep.
Not able to get that double play.
Well, they did get the lead runner, which is always a good thing. George Sprecht now coming to the plate. He's playing third base today. His first offering from Hinkleman will be high and away.
He reached on the fielder's choice the first time up.
Ground ball foul down the first base side. And
go ahead. George Speck, he comes in batting .390 here for the season. So they got a lot of power on this team.
they got hitters. 1-1 your count. Breaking ball is let go by for ball 2. 2-1 your count. Throw to second to get him, and they couldn't keep a hold of the baseball. The throw was there.
Yeah, nice toss there by the catcher, Joey Martinez. Right on the first base side, and he slid right into it.
He did. All they had to do was hold on to that baseball, and that was an out. Instead, it's a 3-1 count to George Sprecht and a runner at second base with one away. Ground ball towards first will be fielded cleanly. 3 unassisted. And Stewart will advance to third on the fielder's choice. David Sims, the designated hitter, now coming to the plate. Walked in his last appearance in this ball game. Andrew Miller heading to the on-deck circle.
Sims comes in batting .351.
Hinkleman will deal. Ground ball towards short will be fielded cleanly to throw across the diamond in plenty of time. And the Rebs will get out of there without any real damage. No runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner is left as we head to the bottom of 2. Rebs down 4-1. So I promised you a story of the greatest heartbreak in baseball, did I not?
Yes, sir.
And this came at the hands of the Diamond Dogs. I watched in a game here on this diamond. I watched a high school senior take the Diamond Dogs to a no-hitter down to its last strike. And he delivered a picture-perfect pitch over the outside corner that the umpire would not call a strike. That particular umpire did not end a single game that year on a strikeout. And one little looper of a hit to spoil that no-hitter, and then another hit and a walk, and before anybody knew what had happened, the Rebels went from winning 1-0 on a no-hitter to losing by 8.
Oh, my.
That was a heartbreaker, and it's something I will never forget.
Joey Martinez.
And we struggled like the dickens to ever get that pitcher back in a Newton Rebel uniform in future seasons. He went on to pitch up at Emporia State. Joey Martinez now coming to the plate for the Rebels. His first appearance of the ball game. He's playing catcher today.
Joey's a 6 foot, 195 pounder from Gateway Community College.
Strike called to Martinez on the front knee. Pitch is inside, just misses Martinez's hands and the bat handle, and the count will go to 1-1. Breaking ball on the inside half of the plate will be called 1-2. And a swinging strike will retire Joey Martinez.
Garza.
And that'll bring up Eric Garza. Garza playing right field today. Strike one will open the at-bat for Garza. His first appearance in this ball game. Fouls it back to the screen. Count goes to 0-2.
Eric Garza hit the grand slam home run last night in the 7th inning to give the Newton Rebels a 7-0 lead in that ball game before the Cheney Diamond Dogs came back and finished it up in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning.
And 1-2 the count after pitch tails away. Hey, they're not undefeated for no reason.
Yeah.
That's a good ball club that's out there tonight, and it's a testament actually to the Rebs to stick right there with them and have that kind of a lead in a ball game against them. And hopefully they have the confidence to believe, as they should, that they can hand these guys their first loss of the season. Sam Cassane now coming to the plate. He's playing center field today. Back-to-back strikeouts there for Hunter O'Toole. Swing and a miss to open the at-bat for Sam Cassane.
Well, Chad, what was amazing about Garza's home run was that he came in batting .0087. And then he hits that grand slam.
It's a funny game, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Anybody can pop off with something at any time. Swing and a miss. Count is 2-2. That's a principle we kept trying to teach the youth teams this year. That season now over officially today. You never know what's going to happen on the baseball diamond. For example, my son's team the other night had what they call a home run and a triple and 2 doubles without ever hitting the ball out of the infield. All in one inning. Cassane will draw the walk, and that'll bring up Jack Seacrest, who is currently the big hero for the Rebs. He's got the only run the Rebs have on the board, that coming off of that big swing in the first inning. Fouls this one straight down onto the plate.
And I'm going to say that was the first pitch thrown to Seacrest, and I'm going to say he was waiting on it.
He was waiting on that pitch, and he had an intention of repeating his first inning performance on that pitch. Ground ball down towards third. That's going to get dropped. The throw across the way is going to be wide.
It should be a dead ball.
And they're going to call dead ball as it gets held up on the extended dugouts. And that'll put Seacrest at second. And Cassane at third. I'm scoring that a single and an error. And that brings up Riley, who walked in his last appearance. Rebels have 2 runners in scoring position. There's 2 away here. And they desperately need to find a way to score a run as they're down by 3 right now against a very powerful offense. Two pitches inside to open this at bat to Riley. And that's a third pitch inside. This just missing his shoulder. And 3-0 your count. Just be patient up there now, Nolan. He is patient. Pitch is inside, but called a strike. Just catching the corner. And the count's 3-1. Stays patient and is rewarded with a walk as O'Toole will miss outside. Second walk of the ball game for Nolan Riley. And for the second time in this ball game, the Rebels have bases loaded. Lincoln Andrews now coming to the plate. He's singled in the first.
And Lincoln Andrews last night went 0 for 6, and he was on a 14-game hitting streak
Wow.
before getting shut out yesterday.
Well, there's no time like the present to start a new streak,
Exactly right.
right? Especially with the bases jammed. Get yourself a couple RBIs and start a new hitting streak in style. 1-0 as he takes a pitch outside. And all of a sudden, O'Toole is having some struggles with the strike zone. They'll make a visit out to the mound to try and get him settled. That pitch well outside. And the count is 2-0. Three and 0 as he continues to go outside, and he's working that half of the plate pretty intently, and he's not able to catch anything right now. Looks like he did right there, but that's going to be a walk.
Yeah, that was ball 4 low.
So that's an RBI for Lincoln Andrews as Cassane will come home. Seacrest heads to third, Riley heads to second, and the Rebs pull to within 2, and Pat Hahn is going to come out for a visit. Trivia for you, Pat Hahn was once a coach for the Newton Rebels. Took this team to the NBC World Series and then moved on from Newton. Coached a bit in the college ranks, and now he's coaching about every level of baseball one can imagine. I don't know how he keeps up anymore.
Well, he was in Valley Center for the Valley Center Diamond Dogs for a while.
They needed to move the team after some negotiations for a field down there, and he just moved right along with them. He's also coaching a bunch of high school select teams and got his hooks on a kid that from Halstead that I want desperately to be in a Newton Rebel uniform in a couple of years. Wounded duck will fall into right field. That's going to score 1. They're going to wave the runner around, and it's going to score 2 as the throw is offline. And this game is now tied.
Great hit there by Bonventry. He went with that pitch and drove it into right field and just fell in for the base hit.
And if you're a Newton Rebel fan that's been listening to us for the last couple of years, you'll remember us talking a lot last year about how Enzo became a more complete hitter. And that right there, folks, is an absolute perfect example of what we've been talking about for a while. Because when he showed up in town, he was a true home run hitter. Right there, he went the other way and got himself a couple of RBIs. And he'll end up at second on the throw. And Andrews will end up at third. And this game tied with Ross at the plate. Called strike. That was a solid pitch coming from O'Toole. Count moves to 1-2 now. Called third strike over the outside corner, and everybody knew it. That just froze him right at the knees. But the Rebs pick up a critical 3 runs in that stanza, and will head to the top of the third with this game now tied at 4. Due up will be Andrew Miller, Tristan Kennard, and Nick Vernas.
Well, Chad, the Rebels were able to score 3 runs there with 2 outs as O'Toole struck out the first 2 guys, and Rebels didn't give up. They kept fighting.
Yes, and that hitting efficiency with runners on has been a struggle at times this season, but that was masterful right there. And I'm going to point to Enzo again. That was just an excellent piece of situational hitting to push a couple of runs across that they desperately needed. Looks like Hinkleman is back out on the mound again for the Rebs.
Maybe the Rebels coming back and scoring a couple runs or 3 runs here in the bottom half of the second. Maybe that will charge up Hinkleman just a little bit.
Well, let's hope.
Because we definitely don't need any more walks. That's one thing that has hurt him here tonight, as he's given up, I believe it's 4 walks. That is 4 walks so far in just 2 innings.
Yeah, got to get that under control. Teams like this, you don't want to give free bases to. You can't give these guys anything free. That means no free outs. We've already got errors on the board. And no free bases. So Miller, playing in left today, will lead things off here. Breaking ball, a called strike to open up the third. Ground ball towards third. The throw across the diamond in plenty of time. Excellent play by Nolan Riley. And that'll bring up Tristan Kennard with 1 down. Kennard playing over in right field today. He walked in his last at bat.
Well, a couple games ago, Chad, the Newton Rebels kind of changed the defensive scheme as they put Sigris at short, Riley at third base, and Ross at second. And of course, with Lincoln Andrews at first, they've really been playing some really good defense last couple games.
It's amazing what a defensive switch can do for a ball club. As called strike will even the count at 1-1 on Tristan Kennard. Well hit baseball into left field, will bounce to the wall and over. That will be a ground rule double, or should be. That hit above the yellow line and came back. That's a double for Kennard, and Nick Vernas now coming to the plate. He doubled in his last appearance. There's 1 down with a runner in scoring position. Again, this game tied Go-ahead run at second with one away. Breaking ball will be a called strike. So you talk about a defensive switch that can make a big difference. About 5 years ago, we had a young man here named Joel Frias who could hit a ton, and they were playing him at short, and he was struggling defensively. They moved him over towards third to get him some protection at the line, and the next thing you know, this team just took off. They went into the postseason with only about 5 wins on the board. Ended up going into the NBC tournament and being named the offensive team of the tournament just from that one switch. 1-1 the count, and Martinez is going to head out to the mound and talk to Hinkleman for a moment.
And we'd like to thank Jake Gibbs, who's doing our PA tonight, and he's also running the camera as we get a close-up there of Martinez and Hinkleman on the mound.
Jake Gibbs, a very talented young man. Wouldn't mind seeing him pitch again, by the way. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. That was a big cut by Vernas. And that'll set the count at 1-2. Hinkleman set. He's got a 1-2 count. He's going to glance over his shoulder at second, but nobody covering. This is going to be a wild pitch that's going to get away. That was in the dirt. And that'll put that runner at third. That's one of those free bases we've been talking about that you simply can't give up to a team like the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah, especially that first and second week of Newton baseball. That's exactly what was happening, you know, wild pitches and pass balls with runners on at second and third. And they've kind of cut that out, so let's hope that doesn't happen again here.
Breaking ball, not a bad pitch, but it's allowed to go by for ball 3, and we now have a full count. Swing and a miss. Pitch was in the dirt, and the throw down to first in time, so Vernas will be called out at first. One of those guys that gets a second life, but unable to make use of it. 2 away here for Chase Van Steenberg, who singled in his last appearance, that coming in the first inning. Breaking ball to the 9-man in the batting order, tails out of the zone, and we'll go to 1-0. Just missing below the knees, and the count goes to 2-0. Called strike just on the front knee, and the count will go to 2-1. Breaking ball induces the ground ball. 5-3 will be your put out. Well played ball by Riley, and the Rebels get out of that one with no runs off of a hit and a runner left, no errors. And we head to the third, this game tied. And at the moment, with a tie ball game in the third, this is my I told you so moment. I'm sending my I told you so out to my father. I told him he needed to be at the ballpark tonight for some Newton Rebel baseball. He decided to head home after watching his grandsons play. Can't fault him for that. O'Toole is back on the mound for his third inning of work. Due up is Brotman, Martinez, and Garza. We'll take a moment to thank Miller Insurance Agency for their sponsorship of Newton Rebel Baseball, also American Family Insurance, the Ken Hall Group, and Duty Work for sponsorship of baseball in 2020. Also want to thank Conradi Insurance Group and Dan Heinze, Boston Insurance, Pouch Enterprises, Realty Connections, Store and Stuff in U-Haul, Roofing Services Unlimited, Shamrock Car Wash, Pate Paw and Turdies at Law, Affordable Autos, Remax Associates of Newton, Kansas, Tim Marler and Family, the founder, Carl Hodges, Brett Roofs DDS, and John and Lori Oldham, as well as the Newton Recreation Commission, Bob Burke and Ray Roofing. Here we are for the third. First offering will be grounded towards third. That ball not fielded cleanly, and then the throw from short goes into the dugout. Can I charge 2 errors on the same play, or do I?
I believe that you have to charge an error on the third baseman and an error on the shortstop as he threw that one into.
I believe so. The error on the third baseman would allow him to reach, and then the E6 is what will send him down to second base. So there you go. Rebels got a free out. They need to make use of it here with a runner at second, Joey Martinez coming to the plate. Martinez struck out in his last appearance, that coming in the last half inning for him. And first offering to Martinez is off the plate inside, and the count will go to 1-0. And take a look back at the runner, no one really covering. Martinez trying to go the other way with that ball, and he'll foul it away. And fundamentally speaking, going the other way is the right thing to do, trying to hit behind the base runner right now. Fouls this one straight back behind the screens, and the count will go to 1-2.
Well, Chad, we got 41 people watching our ball game. We hope they're enjoying the ball game. The score's tied up at 4-4, and have a good game.
Yes, things are going well right now. Little looper will drop, but it'll drop right in front of Van Steenberg. He'll make the throw over to first. It'll be 4-3. And Eric Garza now coming to the plate. Garza struck out in his first appearance in this ball game, that coming in the second inning. So one away here with a runner in scoring position. We've got a tie ball game. Pops him up, foul territory down the first base line, and that will be caught. Nick Vernas able to camp underneath it. Sam Cassane, who drew a walk in the second, now coming to the plate. And there's 2 away. Go ahead run, standing 180 feet away from home plate. Cassane will dig in. Pitch is well outside. Pitch comes right on the outside corner. 1-2 the count. Breaking ball on the outside half of the plate catches Cassane looking. And the Rebs will not be able to make use of those errors, which is unfortunate. No runs, no hits, 2 errors, and a runner left. We head to the top of 4. This game tied at 4s. And we're back to the top of the order due up for the Diamond Dogs. That would be Bartlett, Stewart, and Sprecht.
It looks like it is going to be Chandler Hinkleman coming in for his 4th inning of work.
And this will be the third time through the lineup for him as we enter the fourth inning.
So far for Hinkleman, he's gone 3 innings, has given up 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned run, 4 base on balls, 1 strikeout, as he has faced 17 batters, and he has a total of 56 pitches so far here in the ball game.
And all of that adds up to the question as to how long the Rebs will stick with the young man. We'll see. Nothing against him, but as the pitch count goes up and hitters see you 2, 3, 4 times, it starts becoming a consideration. So Bartlett, who has walked and singled in this ball game, will open things up. Called strike on the inside corner. Nice pitch from Hinkleman. Ground ball towards third, scooped by Riley, and that will be thrown across the diamond in plenty of time. And Nolan Riley showing himself some leather in the hot corner. Andrew Stewart now coming to the plate. There's one away. Stewart reached on a fielder's choice in the second and walked in the first.
Well, we were speaking of Hinkleman. He usually just goes 2 innings. He did go 3 2/3 innings on June the 17th against the Monarchs, where the Rebels lost 4-6.
Foul tick is induced. That pitch was outside, but he was able to get him to chase it. And the result is strike 1. 0-1 your count now. There's one away.
And he has gone 3 innings 2 other times, but normally he's a short reliever there.
Ground ball towards short, scooped and thrown. 6-3. And that'll bring up Andrew Stewart. Breaking ball inside. The bottom fell out of that ball, and the result is a 1-0 count now to Stewart. One and one your count now to Stewart. Breaking ball with the bottom falling out of it will be called a strike, and the count will go to 1-2. Just missed. And the count will go to 2-2.
That was awful close there.
That was a tough pitch. Call, yes, swing and a miss, no doubt about that one. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left for the Dawgs in the fourth. We head to the bottom of 4, game tied at 4, and due up for the Rebels will be the top of the order. And that'll be Jack Sechrist, Nolan Riley, and Lincoln Andrews. It looks like O'Toole is coming back out on the mound to
Well, actually,
throw.
We got a new guy coming in.
We do?
To throw. Yes, it's number 11 coming in. I'll take a look and see exactly who that is.
Similar build.
Okay, his Carl York from Carmi High School. Right-handed thrower, and that's the only information I have on him. Let me see if he's throwing any this year. Well, he has appeared in 1 game. Well, that's his batting average. Well, he's going to be pitching this year, this time.
Hey, Pat Hahn has a masterful talent of finding people, so we'll see what the young man's got.
Jake, number 11's pitching now.
So Sechrist to lead things off here in the fourth. He is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and an RBI in this ball game. Pitch comes inside to Sechrist. That's ball 1. Pitch will miss low and away, and the count will go to 2-0. Ground ball towards third is again booted, and that'll be an E5. Rebels have one aboard here. Third error charge to the Diamond Dogs. That's very uncharacteristic of that ball club. And Nolan Riley now coming to the plate. He is looking for his first hit of the ball game. He has a run scored, but he has done his damage walking.
That's the second error by the third baseman, Speck.
Lays down the bunt. That's going to head towards Speck. He's going to make the play. A little bit of redemption for him there.
Well, it was a nice job there by Speck as he charged that one and had to throw across his body and was able to get Riley. Riley does get his sacrifice as Sechrist moves to second base.
Yes, and that'll bring up Lincoln Andrews. 1 for 1 with a walk. That walk led to an RBI in the second inning. Go ahead run standing at second. Ground ball towards second. Scooped, thrown, 4-3. Runner moves over to third on the fielder's choice. Well played by Van Steenberg. And here comes Enzo Bonventre, who is 1 for 1 with 2 RBIs and a walk so far this evening. So, need a quality appearance right here as go-ahead run standing at third. He'll foul the first one away.
Bonventre was 2 for 4 last night as he had 2 hits, struck out twice. Never scored a run, but he was very productive.
Swing and a miss right there. He chased an outside pitch, and the count goes to 0-2. Fly ball into deep center field, and that will be caught at the track. Gave that ball a ride, just gave it a ride to the wrong part of the ballpark. And came up probably about 10, maybe 15 feet short of the wall. No runs, no hits, an error charged. And a runner left for the Rebels in the fourth. We'll head to the top of the fifth. This game tied at 4. Hinkleman back out on the mound again. He's coming in for his 5th inning of work. Due up is Sims, Miller, and Kennard. Each of this in this ball game. And all told combined, they are 1 for 4 with a pair of walks. Kennard had a double in the third. Got coming down, coming and gone. And Davis Sims striding to the plate. Breaking ball will be a called strike. Pitch is low and inside. Ground ball foul, and I stand corrected. My score sheet's wrong. That's not abnormal when I'm under the conditions I'm in, meaning showed up without an actual score sheet. That's spec'd at the plate right now. Ground ball towards second is charged hard, and the flip to first got him.
What a great play there by Lachlan Ross.
Yes, Lachlan never took the ball out of his glove. He just flipped it from his glove over to first. And you've made mention often in this season, Frank, about the long grass in the infield. That ball died hard, and he still made the play.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be able to get to it because that ball really got slowed down. But, boy, he hustled and did the smart play by not taking the ball out of his glove.
And that should bring up Sims. Ground ball is foul. And it looks like the point streak has kind of hung up, and I think I might know why. Inside. Count goes to 2-1. Pops him up into right field. That will be caught. And that should bring up Andrew Miller. Andrew Miller now coming to the plate.
We're okay on the telecast chat. It's just the other computer is down with the internet, so.
Cool. One and 1 your count to Andrew Miller. And called strike thigh high. That'll bring up 1-2. Pitch is inside and high, shoulder high. Just missed his bicep, and the count goes to 2-2. And there's 2 away here in the 5th. Just missing the zone again. And count goes to full. Foul ball. And shades of Gloria Gaynor going through my head now, and it's full count. Ground ball will be called foul by the home plate umpire. Just out of reach down there at third. That was a tight play. Count is full. Swing and a miss, got him. No runs, no hits, no errors. We head to the bottom of 5. Rebels tied 4-4 with the Diamond Dogs, and due up for the Rebs will be Ross, Brotman, and Martinez.
And Chad, just give you a fair warning to give the watchers a warning. We're going to have to try to boot our hotspot again to see whether we can get it back up. If we do lose you, we'll try to get you back on it as quickly as possible. Here goes.
All right, well then I'll take.
Okay, Chad, looks like we were back on. Hope we didn't lose anybody.
All right, and here we're back with Newton Rebel baseball. York back out on the mound for his second inning of work. And Lachlan Ross due to lead things off for the Rebs. He's 0 for 2 today. Pitch comes inside, too far inside. And Ross will lay off. Ground ball hit weakly down towards third. He's going to try and barehand it. Tough play.
Yep.
And I don't think he'd have got him had he even picked that ball up.
No,
Ross was moving.
Yeah, I was going to say he was really moving down the line on that one. So that's a base hit there for Ross as he records his first hit of the game.
Yes, sir. And that'll bring up Andrew Brotman. He hit into that double error situation in the third. He's also hit into a double play in this ball game. Swing and a miss. He was well out in front of that baseball. Oh, 1-year count. He's going to show bunt. Comes inside. But he did try and lay it down. 0-2 the count now. Actually 1-1. Okay, so they say he pulled it back in time. All righty, we'll take the break. Swing and a miss. Runner going. That'll be a stolen base for Ross. Count goes to 1-2, and the go-ahead run now in scoring position for Brotman at the plate.
And Chad looked like Brotman was just trying to protect Ross there as he was going on that stolen base.
And it might have been a hit and run on, and that's all right. Swing and a miss.
Number 23, Joey Martinez.
And Joey Martinez now coming to the plate. Martinez 0 for 2 in this ball game. He has struck out and grounded out. Pitch comes inside, well inside. He'll duck away from it. And the count is 1-0. Pitch comes inside, but is called a strike on the breaking ball. Count goes to 1-1. Well hit baseball into left. They're retreating back to the wall and will make the catch right in front of that wall on the warning track.
Well hit ball there by Martinez, just didn't get it all, and
yeah, he came up about 3 foot short.
Yep.
So that was a very well hit baseball. And Eric Garza now coming to the plate. He had that pop fly in foul territory in his last appearance. 0 for 2 so far today. And the Rebs again struggling once they get somebody in scoring position. simply have not been able to get that run pushed across and take the lead. Garza will foul one back to the screen, and the count will go to 0-1. Fly ball is a Texas leaguer into left field. So the infield hit is for naught. No runs on one hit. No errors. And a runner left in the fifth. We head to the top of 6. The game tied at 4. Due up for the Diamond Dogs will be Tristan Kennard, Nick Vernas, and Chase Van Steenberg. .33.
Okay, 33, that's Kyle Landwehr. Should be checking in.
And Kyle Landwehr coming into the ball game for the Newton Rebels.
Landwehr's a 6'1", 170-pounder. He's a freshman out of Friends University. His hometown's Wichita, Kansas. Landwehr so far has pitched 8 2/3 innings, has 12 strikeouts, 8 base on balls, and has given up 7 hits. He comes in with a 7.26 ERA. We'll give you the final numbers for Hinkleman, as he went 5 innings. Gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, 1 earned run, 4 base on balls, 3 strikeouts, as he faced 23 batters.
Yes, and depending on how this inning would have shaken down, he'd have been fixing to start his 4th time through the rotation. And so it would be time to put somebody fresh out there for guys to take a look at.
Yeah, he had 73 pitches in the ball game, so like I say, the most he's gone is 3 2/3 innings. So
after kind of a rough first inning, he settled down and put together 4 really strong innings of work. And we now have Tristan Kennard coming to the plate to face Landwehr. Landwehr's first offering will bounce in front of the plate and will be well played by Garza. A 1-0 the count. And he'll bounce another in front of the plate, and 2-0 the count. Just missing below the knees on the inside half. And it's 3-0 count now to the leadoff man. Strike called on the inside half, thigh high, and the count will go to 3-1. Induces the foul ball that will trickle back towards the backstop, and the count will go to full. Fly ball deep in the gap at left, over the head of Brotman. It'll bounce to the wall, and it'll be a double to open things up here in the 6th.
that's the second double by Kennard.
Yes, it is. He has back-to-back doubles on his score sheet. Nick Vernas now coming to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with a double. That double coming in that 4-run first inning. So tie ball game, there's none away, and the go-ahead run is at second base for Vernas. He'll ask for time. It will be granted. Pitch comes inside, and it'll be ball one. Tried to come inside with a breaking ball, but was unable to catch a corner, and the count will be 1-0. Puts the bunt down, and it'll be foul. Barehanded by Martinez behind the plate. One and one the count. Pitch comes inside and low, and the count will go to 2-1. Shows bunt, pops it up behind the catcher, and the count will be 2-0, 2-2. Two count. Checks the runner at second. Nobody covering. Swing and a miss, and that's out number one. Chase Van Steenberg now coming to plate. 1 for 2. He had a single back in the first. Grounded out in the third. That'll be a wild pitch that'll get away from Martinez. That'll allow Kennard to head to third. And the count will be 1-0. One and 0 count. Just misses outside. Tailed just a little too far away from the plate to catch that outside corner, and the count goes to 2-0. Your count now. And he'll walk him on 4 pitches. Runners at the corners now with 1 away.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter here, number 3, coming up. And I'll take a look and see exactly who that is. That is Ramon Vingelshay.
Ramon Vingelshay, the pinch hitter. Ball 1 to Vingelshay. Shows bunt, pulls it back. The pitch is high. Count goes to 2-0. Called strike on a breaking ball inside half of the plate. Count goes to 2-1. Runner going. This will be fouled. And the count will go to 2-2. Ground ball towards short, 6-4. Did not get the double play.
I actually think Seegers at shortstop thought that was going to be just a forced out because he wasn't in too much of a rush there to get that ball to second base.
No, he was not.
You know how them shortstops usually grab that ball and just toss it to him on a forced out, on the third out? That's exactly what he acted like. And so it's Barlett's up.
Yes, he is. He is 1 for 3 today. That explains it.
Yes, he is.
And caught stealing. He slid right past the bag.
A nice job there by Ross by staying with that tag and saw that Vingleshea had slid off the bag and tagged him. Umpire was right there and called him out.
So Rebs go down by a run. They surrender that run on 1 hit. That's the bottom line. 1 hit, 1 run scored, nobody left, and no errors charged. We'll head to the bottom of 5. Score 5-4 in favor of the Diamond Dogs. Sam Cassane, Jack Sechrist, and Nolan Riley due up.
The winning raffle ticket from 50/50 raffle is 278100. That's 278100. Beat Coach Card from the press box. Claim your prize at $30. Number 6 is the reliever. Deborah. Hey, Jake. New pitcher, number 6.
Now pitching is Gabe Herschels. Third pitcher trotted out there by the Diamond Dogs so far. And he enters the game with a 1-run lead.
You said that was Gabe Kurtzels? Okay, 6, thank you.
Yep, Gabe Kurtzels. Cassane will open things up here. He'll take ball 1 down low and a skosh inside, and the count is 1-0. That ball again just a shade on the low side, and count goes to 2-0. Kassane is 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Fly ball into shallow right field, and that will be caught by Tristan Kennard.
How about number 2, Jack Segrist?
Jack Segrist now coming to the plate. He is 2 for 3 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Could have had a third run in the fourth, but were unable to get pushed across after getting to third. Pitch is down low. Count goes to 1-0. Pop fly into shallow right center, and that will drop. And he's aboard with his third hit of the ball game. And Nolan Riley now coming to the plate. He's walked a couple times, scored a run, and he had a sacrifice bunt in the fourth. Pitch down in the dirt to open the at-bat. 1-0 your count. Runner going with the pitch. It'll be fouled away.
So Segrist had a real nice start there as he went to second base.
Had a great jump on that ball, but unfortunately it gets fouled away, so no opportunity for the stolen base or the extra bases from the hit and run effort. 1-1 your count now. Throw to first. Not even remotely close to in time. Count stays at 1-1. Pitch is upstairs. Count goes to 2-1. Pops him up in foul territory. That will be caught over by third base by George Sprecht. And now there's 2 down for Lincoln Andrews. Andrews is 1 for 2 with a walk and RBI. Throw to first, not in time. Swing and a miss, stolen base for Segrist. Again, had a great jump on that pitch. Oh, 1 count now to Lincoln Andrews. Pitch is upstairs and away, and the count goes to 1-1. Pitch is low and inside. Count goes to 2-1. 2-1 your count. There's 2 away. Got a runner at second. Rebs down by 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball will not get through. He's going to make the flip, and they'll make the play 3-1. That was pretty well played over there by Nick Vernus. And Enzo Bonventre is left in the on-deck circle. Rebs trail 5-4 as we enter the top of the 7th. And the top of the order will be due up for the Diamond Dawgs. Take a moment here and recognize some important people, and those important people would be Connie Miller, Joe Pedlow, Brenton Michelle Kaufman, Robin and Christopher Eshelman, along with Aaron Eshelman, Tammy Schmidt, Chad and Joni Considine, and Zach Bravo. Those are all host families for Newton Rebel players this year, and boy, do we understand the tough ask that is, having a complete stranger come hang out in your house during baseball season in the middle of a pandemic. So thank you to each one of those families for hosting members of the Rebels this year. So Bartlett will come to the plate. 1 for 2. He's got to walk. Got a single. He'll start things off here against Landwehr. And he was at the plate in the last half inning when the Rebs were able to catch a base runner stealing for out number 3.
Well, Landwehr starting his second inning of work this season. He's only gone 2 1/3 innings one time, and that was on June the 25th against the Twins.
And gets the foul ball to start things off. It's 0-1. Comes inside, and he gets a piece of him. Andrew Stewart now coming to the plate. First pitch, a strike on the outside half. Puts the bunt down. It will roll foul. Nice bunt, but just tailed foul. Martinez all over that one. And just as it rolled foul, he reached down and picked it up. Andrew Stewart now facing an 0-2 count. Swing and a miss, and that will retire Stewart. And Sprecht now coming to the plate.
Now batting number 2, George Speck.
Pops Sprecht up on the infield. And that will be caught by Lachlan Ross. as he calls for it over by first base. And Sims, the designated hitter, now due up. Landor will deliver, comes inside, and a little bit tall. Count is 1-0. Line shot into left will be caught. Brotman pulling that ball in. No runs, no hits, no errors. A runner left, and we head to the bottom of 7. Rebs trailing by 1. And Mark Schnabel said, "Let there be light." And there was light, and he saw that it was good. How's life, Mark? Mark had the privilege of taking a vacation last week. He is back, and you can read all his coverage of Newton Rebels baseball at thekansan.com. And it's good to see him back in the saddle. Due up for the Rebels here in the 7th will be Enzo Bonventre, Lachlan Ross, and Andrew Brotman. Want to thank our major sponsor for Newton Rebels baseball of the evening, and that would be Paid Paul Attorneys at Law. Thank you for your sponsorship of Newton Rebels baseball this year and every year. Here comes the designated hitter, Enzo Bonventre. He is 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs in this ball game. Breaking ball, and Bonventre lays off. It'll be 0-1 as it tails just away from him. Ball in the dirt. Count will even at 1s. Breaking ball comes inside. Bonventre taking. And count goes to 1-2. Got him on a breaking ball on the outside corner. So tonight, Superman's kryptonite is the breaking balls, at least with this pitcher. And Lachlan Ross now coming to the plate. 1 for 3. He had an infield single and a stolen base in the 5th, and he struck out in his first 2 appearances at the plate today. Pitch in the dirt, and we'll head back to the screen, and the count will go to 1-0. Two and 0 as he misses inside. Fouls this one off his thigh. Count goes to 2-1. 2-2 the count. And pitch comes down in the dirt. Count is full. Ground ball down towards third, and that'll be 5-3 to retire Lachlan Ross. George Sprecht up with that ball. Andrew Brotman now coming to the plate. He's hit into a double play. He's hit into an error, and he has struck out. So he would be due for something along the lines of a single right here. Pitch comes inside, and the count will go to 1-0. Count goes to 1-1 after the called strike on a breaking ball. Called strike on the inside half of the plate with a breaking ball, and the count is 1-2. Ground ball towards second. He's hoofing. It's going to be a tight play, but they get him. 4-3. Brotman hustling down the line, but he needed another step or so. And it's 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Rebels in the 7th. We head to the top of the 8th. Rebels down by a run. Due up is Miller, Kennard, and Vernas.
It looks like Kyle Landworth will be coming in for his third inning of work.
Yep, they're going to stick with him for another one. He came in right at the beginning of the 6th inning, correct? And that means he's still on his first pass through the lineup, though that's going to end here after he faces Andrew Miller. Miller, the only batter in the lineup that hasn't seen him yet. After that, everybody's had at least one. We're here in the top of the 8th. Rebs down by a run. I want to thank Ray Roofing, Bob Burke, Newton Recreation Commission, John and Lori Oldham, Dr. Brett Roofs, Carl Hodges, Tim Marler and family, Remax Associates of Newton, Kansas, Affordable Autos, Pate Paw Attorney at Law, Shamrock Car Wash, Roofing Services Unlimited, Realty Connection Store Stuff and U-Haul, Pouch Enterprises, Boston Insurance, Conradi Insurance Group, Duty Work, American Family Insurance, the Ken Hall Agency, and Miller Insurance Agency of Newton, all for their sponsorship of Newton Rebels baseball this season. Swing and a miss to open the at-bat. Andrew Miller now 0-1 in the count. Breaking ball will set it at 0-2. Fouls him off into the parking lots. Count goes to 0-2. We're coming up on the 9 o'clock hour here in Newton, Kansas. Beautiful night for baseball, as we're 0-2 on the leadoff man in the 8th. Pitch is low, and the count goes to 1-2. Breaking ball to Miller, tails away, and the count is 2-2. Count goes to full as the breaking ball hangs up above the letters, and payoff pitch to come. Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout. Second strikeout of the game for Landwehr. And Tristan Kennard now coming to the plate.
Chad, I don't know if you've noticed, no, it's a little bit chilly in here tonight in the press box.
Well, it's a cooler night outside, which means for a cooler night inside with the air conditioning. So
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. You know,
Yeah.
with 82 degrees compared to 100 degrees, makes a big difference. And then, matter of fact, I turn it up to a 70 instead of 60 in here.
something tells me you're not really complaining, though, Frank.
No, I'm not complaining at all.
1-1 your count. Skied fly ball into left will be caught at the track.
Robin made it interesting.
Yep. Yeah, he did a little bit of a pirouette there at the catch. He was in position and on the ball pretty much the whole way.
We've got a pinch hitter coming in, number 18, Trevin Reynolds.
Trevin Reynolds will make his first appearance, called strike on the inside corner of the plate. He comes in for Vernas, who's been playing first base today. He was 1 for 3.
He comes in from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Landwehr will set and deliver. Breaking ball is let go by for ball 1 of the at-bat. 1-2 the count. That one just a little low and a little off the outside corner. Goes after that corner again and just misses, and it's 2-2. And that'll be a single, as it's going to drop right in front of Cassane out there in center field. And there is now a runner aboard. And now coming up is John, what'd they say, Russ. Another pinch hitter.
No, he's been in the ball game.
He has been in the ball game?
Yep.
This is Van Steenberg's spot, isn't it?
Nope. He's in the 8th spot.
Okay. It's been an interesting night. 0-1 the count. I showed up and all my score sheets were just magically gone. I've
Uh-oh.
talked to my family about leaving my stuff alone, and sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. Pitch in the dirt. That'll be a wild pitch. Reynolds will head to second.
Well, we definitely don't need to give them any more runs as they're up 5-4 on us right now.
Yes, sir. We've got 2 away, so we really need to get out of this and try and go to work on offense. 2 away, runner at second. Count is at 2-1. Swing and a miss. Need some more of that action right there. Deuce is wild, folks. It's 2-2 with 2 away and a runner at second. We're here in the top of the 8th. Time called just as Landwehr was about to deliver. Pitch is upstairs. And that'll set the count at full. Wounded duck into right field will be caught. So no runs, a hit, a runner left. We head to the bottom of 8. This game's set at 5-4 in favor of the boys in blue. And we're looking for a couple of runs for the boys in red right now. 8.
I think it's still number 6 pitching. Yep.
And Gabe Kurtzels is coming back to work the 8th for the Diamond Dogs. Due up for the Rebs, Martinez, Garza, and Kassane. The Rebs will be traveling to the Diamond Dogs ball field tomorrow night, and we're expected to be back home on Saturday to finish off the 4-game set. And the season is winding down quick, isn't it?
Yes, it is. For an uncertain summer, not knowing whether we were going to have baseball, and able to pull it off, and so far I think only one team has been affected.
Yes, it's been surprisingly uneventful in the world of baseball, of summer college baseball. A lot of leagues just canceled out of concern as to what this summer was going to be like. Now, Kansas has struggled mightily with new case numbers to the point that they've delayed the start of school until after Labor Day. That almost a 3-week delay. That executive order by the governor expected to be signed on Monday. 1-0, and he'll pop one foul. It'll go to 1-1. And the Kansas Department of Education issuing all of its guidelines to school districts yesterday afternoon, about 3 o'clock. And I work with a lot of superintendents. Few of them have been available by phone in the last 24 hours. They've been hard at work trying to figure out what they're going to be doing with school when they're able to do it. 1-2 after the swinging strike. Pitches into dirt. Count goes to 2-2. Off the bat handle, will be dumped into center field. That's going to be a hit for Martinez. And the leadoff man aboard.
We're going to have a pinch hitter now for the Newton Rebels. It'll be number 4, A.J. Parcero.
Yes, sir. He'll take over for Garza. Garza was 0 for 3 coming into this inning of work.
He comes in from Sabota, California, 5'11", 165-pounder, and he's batting .435.
We could take a hit right here. He's going to show bunt. He's going to put it down. It's going to go back towards the pitcher, and well fielded by Kurtzals, but the runner will move over to second, and Parcero will get the sacrifice.
Great job there by A.J. to lay that bunt down to move the runner over as we need it.
Yes.
Being down 5-4.
You know, bunting is really a lost art in modern day baseball. That one right there, pretty solid. Sam Cassane now coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. The tying run is standing at second base, and there's one away. Called strike on the outside corner. Swing and a miss for Sam Cassane, and the count goes to 0-2. Called third strike on the outside corner. Second time in this ball game that Cassane's gone down looking. And Jack Sechrist, who's got the pop to give him the lead right here, but I think we're more concerned with just getting this thing tied up with that runner at second.
Yeah, with 2 strikes, you got to be up there protecting, and like you say, that second time Cassane went down looking.
Pitch was a breaking ball that tailed away from the plate and is called ball 1 by the umpire. Pitch is low, breaking ball. Count goes to 2-0 as he tried to work the inside half of the plate. Breaking ball is called strike. Sechrist looking for something else as he just lets that go by. Count goes to 2-1. Breaking ball inside. Count goes to 3-1. And he'll walk on 5 pitches.
Yeah, but at number 55, Nolan Riley.
Nolan Riley now coming to the plate. He has been retired on a foul fly. He had a sacrifice in the 4th. He's got 2 walks and a run scored.
And with that walk, Chad Sigrist, that's his 5th time on the base paths.
Yes, he has yet to be retired. Called strike on the inside corner. It's a good way to be named Rebel of the Game, isn't it?
It is.
So runners at first and second, 5-4 your score. Riley at the plate has worked himself into a 1-1 count. Fouls this one off the plate. Count goes to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch coming. Fights it off inside and fouls it off down the third base side. And that really was a self-defense swing.
It sure was. Herkos kind of fooled me there. I thought he might be trying to throw something outside and have Riley chase something as he's up 1-2 strikes.
Catcher setting right down the middle right now, 1-2. Pops him up foul again. This down the third base side, out of play towards the home bullpen.
Riley had a good pop on that one. He just was a little early on it as he turned that foul.
We'll reset with the 1-2 count again. Held up, check swing. Kurtzels thought he had the strikeout, but nothing doing. 2-2 the count.
Looks like he was heading to the dugout, didn't it?
Yes. Breaking one of those cardinal rules. You don't go anywhere till the umpire tells you. 2-2. Fouls this one back behind the screen to stay at 2-2.
Good at bat so far for Nolan Riley here.
Forcing some pitches to be thrown, which is good. Hopefully he can get the payout. Time called. Oh, plucked out of the air by the third baseman. That one had tie ball game written all over it, but a leaping play by Sprecht will retire the side. For the Rebels, it's no runs on 1 hit and 2 runners left. We head to the top of the 9th. Rebs down 5-4.
You know, Chad, I'm thinking about something right now. The last 2-3 ball games. Can you imagine if we played this kind of defense all season long, what our record would be?
I tell you, if we would have played the first 2 weeks of the season the way we have played this game,
Well, yesterday's game also.
Yes.
They played really good.
we would our record, I guarantee, would at least be flipped, if not better. So that's just the way it is, though, folks. That's the way it is. Newton has kind of built a reputation over the last several years as the team you don't want to play in the last couple of weeks of the season, and we're seeing it play out again right now. Landwehr will be sitting down after a couple innings of solid work. He did give up one run, and it was earned. And we're sitting here in a 5-4 game as we head to the ninth.
And coming in to pitch, looks like he's Rocco Armini.
Seen him before. Rocco's job here is just not allow anything to score and put the game in the hands of the offense.
Rocco comes in with a 2-1 record, a 2.91 ERA. He's appeared in 8 ball games. He has started 1 game, has gone 12 1/3 innings, has struck out 9, has 4 base on balls, and has given up 9 hits so far this season.
Armini will
Ramon
face,
Bingleshay.
yeah, Vinachet came on as a pinch hitter earlier in this ball game.
Well, Chad, we got corrected. Apparently, what they did was they put the wrong number down on the lineup. They had Bingleshay as the name, but the wrong number. They had number 4, which we've been saying Westenberg
Yes,
or Westenbug, which are how
Van Steenberg.
Uh-huh.
He'll dump this one into right field. That'll be a single. Leadoff man is aboard for the Dawgs here in the top of the ninth. That's one of those things that happens a lot in summer baseball, changing of numbers and whatever else. Corrigan Bartlett now coming to the plate. He comes to the plate with none away and a runner at first. Shows bunt, puts it down. It's charged to throw to first in time. Martinez making that play. And that'll be a sacrifice. Andrew Stewart now coming to the plate. Pitch is inside in the dirt. Martinez forced to make a play on that to keep the runner at second. There's one away, and the count now 1-0. Fouls him back into the parking lot. Evens the count at ones. 1-1 the count with one away. Check swing. They're going to call the strike at the plate. 1-2. Armini delivers a nice pitch to collect that strike. Swing and a miss. That's the strikeout, and there's 2 away. And George Sprecht coming to the plate. He's the young man that made that nice play over at third to end the Rebel threat here in the bottom of the 8th. He's also had a couple errors in this ball game. Your score 5-4 in favor of the Diamond Dogs as we're here in the top of the 9th. Runner at second. First pitch is just above the front knee, and it'll be an 0-1 count. Pitch is outside. Martinez does an Inspector Gadget impersonation. Swear that arm's stretched out there, and it's 1-1. That'll go foul, and count will go to 1-2.
Well, Chad, if the Rebels can get out of this inning without giving any more runs, we got the heart of the order coming up as the 3rd, 4th, and 5th in the lineup.
This would be why the home team bats second, folks. This is this situation right here. Steps towards second. Ground ball towards first. It will be played. Well played. 3 unassisted if you're scoring at home. Lincoln Andrews scooping that ball. So it's no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left in the top of the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th. Your score 5-4. Rebs down by 1. Gabe Kurtzall's coming back out to work the 9th here. And the heart of the order coming up for the Rebels. Lincoln Andrews, Enzo Bonventri, and Lachlan Ross due up.
Well, last night's game where the Rebels lost 8-7, all the scoring was done in the bottom half of the batting order as the last 5 guys scored 7 runs. And tonight it's been the top half of the order as 3 runs have been scored by the first 2 guys.
Well, I'm fond of saying when you look at batting averages across baseball, it's a wonder anybody ever scores. You know, I mean, honestly. But it's just about timing and stringing things together. So quite honestly, you know, the Rebs just got to string some things together, and that's going to start with Lincoln Andrews getting on to lead off the 9th here. He is 1 for 3. He's got a hit, he's got an RBI, and he also has a walk to his credit so far today. Matter of fact, that walk he parlayed into standing on third in the second inning, and he just wasn't able to get pushed across. So here we are, and this is the moment dreams are made and broken, the bottom of the 9th. First pitch is away, and it's 1-0 to Lincoln Andrews. Strike called on the outside corner. Sets up outside, and it goes too far outside, and it's 2-1. And it certainly looks like they're going to want to work him outside right here. Catcher not moving much, setting outside again. Gets just a piece of that baseball as he chases the outside pitch. It's 2-2. Setting outside again. This is a hard shot ground ball. It'll be into right field. And the tying run is aboard in the form of Lincoln Andrews.
Enzo Von Ventre.
Well, Rebels did exactly what they needed to do, was get that first runner on.
Yes, it is. That tying run is the one we're most concerned with. Big cut out of Enzo. I know what he was thinking there. But it's 0-1 as he missed the baseball.
Yeah, he was trying to do what they did to us last night, and that's a walk-off home run.
I'll settle for anything that just moves that tying run around.
Yep.
Enzo showing bunt. He pulls it back. Wild pitch will allow the tying run to head to second. It's pass ball. I am corrected by the Schnob. 1-1 the count now on Enzo Bonventre.
And we're going to have a pinch runner on at second base
Yes,
now.
we are.
It will be Darius Gaston.
And I like that move. Darius has got the wheels. 1-1 your count with none away and a runner at second. The tying run at second. Swing and a miss by Von Ventre, and now it's time for some contact hitting there, Enzo, as we're at 1-2.
Anything to the right side would help out on the ground.
Fouls this one away. That had some pop on it.
Yep.
Count stays at 1-2.
Any kind of contact here.
Strike him out, throw him out play. Chased a ball in the dirt but took off for first on it, which was the wise decision. You get a bad throw down there and the runner can move, but at any rate, there's one away, and Lachlan Ross coming to the plate. He's 1 for 4 in this ball game. He had an infield hit and a stolen base in the 5th. Swings late, and he'll miss that baseball, and the count will go to 0-1. Again, just missing that baseball. Count goes to 0-2 on Lachlan Ross. Fouls this one back to the screen to stay alive. Andrew Brotman due up in the on-deck circle right now. Pitch is off the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Pitch into dirt. Gaston will head to third, and the tying run now 90 feet away from home plate. 2-2 count now on Lachlan Ross.
Great job there by Darius Gaston as he took off as soon as the ball hit the ground there and got away from the catcher. And catcher came up with it, but Gaston was already there.
No, he's just got the wheels, man. You're not going to catch him without being perfect. 2-2 is the count. Fouls this one back to the screen.
And the infield is in now.
Yes, they are. They want to do everything they can to cut that runner down at home if they can.
Well, Lachlan, all he's got to do is
put the ball in play.
Yep, protect that plate.
Swing and a miss. Chased a high one. Dottie Henson screaming from her grave on that. And that's back-to-back strikeouts for the Rebels. And Andrew Brotman now coming to the plate. There's two away, the tying run at third.
Anything in the ground there and gets away from the catcher. And watch Darius at Gaston at third base.
Pitch is outside, and the count goes to 1-0. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 1-1. Pitch is upstairs and in. Count goes to 2-1.
Brotman was 2 for 4 last night. This would be a great time to get one of those hits. And here comes Pat Hahn, head coach for Cheney.
I can't see through the trees. Is there somebody working down there?
No, there isn't. Wait a minute. Yeah, there is.
So he's got somebody working. He's right here trying to get people on the same page. Home plate umpire is going to go break some things up and get us back to some baseball. It's a 2-1 count right now. There's 2 away. And the tying run, Darius Gaston, standing at third. And the count goes to 2-2 as he chases a breaking ball. Pitch in the dirt. Count goes to full.
Yes, yes, yes,
Go,
yes!
go!
Yeah!
And they got perfect no more!
Yeah.
Rebels win! Rebels win on a 2-run home run! Woo! Andrew Brotman, the man of the hour!
Andrew Brotman with a 2-run home run.
Woo!
And the Newton Rebels win 6-5 here this evening.
What was the win streak? 24-25 games?
It was 21 in
21?
league and 27 in overall.
Yes, sir. So Rebels do what no other team has done this year, and that's beat the Diamond Dawgs. Man, that was worth the wait.
A 2-run walk-off home run by Andrew Brotman. What a great at-bat by Brotman. So
He worked that count, he got the pitch he wanted, and he dumped it over the left field wall. Unreal.
what a great ball game here tonight, Chad. I think I said a little bit earlier in the last inning, I said maybe we can do to them what they did to us last night. And they got a 3-run home run, a walk-off home run off of us. And now Andrew Brotman, courtesy of Andrew Brotman, a 2-run home run to win the ball game 6-5.
You know, going into this season, I thought that this team had the potential to be one of the best Newton teams we've seen in a while. And the last 2 games, they have shown that type of potential. Hopefully they can close the season off with that. You know, it's hard to pick a offensive player of the game after that one because, you know, your emotions definitely want to go with Andrew Brotman because he had that big, huge walk-off home run. But you also have to tip your cap to Jack Sechrist, who was never retired in this ball game, and he had a home run of his own to start the scoring. So it was this is going to be a team win because you've also got what turned out to be a very strong pitching performance by the entire pitching staff today as well. So
as Chandler Hinkleman went 5 innings there for the Rebels. Of course, he did give up 4 runs in that first inning, but I have to go with Jack Sechrist, and I'm going to tell you why. Being down 4-0, that can take some wind out of your sail. And Jack Sechrist on the first pitch put it over the fence and said, "Hey, we're not going to go down that easy."
Yeah, that was an absolutely huge swing of the bat for the Rebels. And you know, if there's one frustration from this particular ball game, Newton did not make Cheney pay for those 4 errors that were committed.
Yeah.
2 of them on 1 play. But all's well that ends well, as they say.
Yeah, so far, for the whole game, the Rebels left 10 stranded.
Yep, and that's a lot of missed opportunities in what turned out to be a 1-run game. Rebels win 6-5 if you need the final, and we're uber thankful for that. They will be playing Cheney at Cheney again tomorrow night, correct?
Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, we'll be on the air about 6:50. I'll have the call for you then. And but the Newton Rebels, like you said, Chad, have done something that nobody else has done this whole year, and that is give the first loss to the Cheney Diamond Dogs.
That's something to be proud of. They'll be back at home here at Klein Scott Field on Saturday night. Want to remind you all that Harvey County did pass a mask ordinance, and they are expecting folks to mask up if they're not going to be 6 feet apart. And you know what? Doggone it, Frank. We just did an almost 3-hour ball game in them. It can be done.
Yeah.
Just be prepared to wear them when you come to the ballpark and enjoy an evening out.
Well, I've been an announcer for 26 years, you know, basically PA announcing, but I got to say that this is a first. doing a game with a mask, and it wasn't that difficult. So I've had some family members affected by it, and it's been quarantine, and it's when it hits close to home, it's very hard.
That's one of those things I've been saying for the last couple of weeks. I also have family that has been affected by the disease, and when that 1% is the percent that's in your family, you'll look at things a little bit differently.
Exactly right.
So,
Yeah.
wish you all a great night and wish you all a wonderful health.
We want to thank you very much for joining us. Once again, you've been watching Newton Rebels Baseball. We'll be on the air tomorrow at 7 o'clock as the Newton Rebels take on the Cheney Diamond Dogs. Once again, we'll be trying to get on at 6:50. On behalf of play-by-play announcer Chad Fry, this is Frank Martinez. Wish you a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow night as the Newton Rebels win 6-5 here this evening. Good night.